Hey, ladies and gentlemen, hope you're having a fantastic day today. My name is John here with the Contractor License School, and I want to go ahead and take some time to lay out for you starting up your construction business. So obviously your first step is going to be getting into some sort of school to study and get your license, which obviously we help with and we love to see in class. And you do need a few requirements for that, which is you got to be over 18, you got to have 4 years of experience in your trade and a valid social security or ITIN number. But on top of that, there's actually going to be another thing that you will need in order to get your license, and that is going to be some form of a business. Okay, when you send out your application to the state, which we will walk you through, underneath section 2 is the business entity portion. Okay, again, the state of California will not accept your application and you cannot get licensed if you don't fill out this section. And you have a few different options that you can check. You have a California corporation. This is either a C Corp or an S Corp. Either of those will work. You have to have an LLC or you have to have a sole proprietorship, which is the same thing as a DBA, which just stands for doing business as. Okay, so you have to have some form of a business entity. Again, I want to make sure this is clear. The state of California will not accept your application if you do not have a business entity set up. Okay, there's an important transition that's going to happen here. You're transitioning from either a W-2 employee to now a business owner. Okay, whether you're getting 1099 or whether you're owning your own company and you have your own payroll and you're employing your employees, it doesn't matter. The state does require at least some form of a business entity to get set up. Okay, now we assist with all of this. We love to help you out and we love to point you in the right direction as far as, well, what should I do? Because, you know, Aunt Sally's telling me to go with an LLC and my uncle, on the other hand, saying go with an S Corp, right? We can assist you and guide you. What's the best pathway for you to go down? Is it an LLC? Is it an S Corp? Or is it just a sole proprietorship? Okay, there's a lot of different pathways for you to go down, and we are more than happy and able to guide you in the right direction for that. Okay, but with all that being said, you do have to, it's required, have some sort of business entity to get your contractor's license. Now I do just very briefly, and we'll go in depth on this on a different video, just kind of what we recommend as far as getting your business entity set up. We typically always recommend going with the S corporation. Okay, and just a few quick basic reasons why. Okay, with an S corporation, a sole proprietorship, you pay 15.3% on self-employment tax at the end of the year with that business structure. With an S corp, you're paying around 7%. Okay, so you save in that alone around 8% on self-employment tax. Super basic example. Let's say you pull in 100G, next year a business, and you got to pay your self-employment tax on that 100,000. With a sole proprietorship, you are paying around 15,300. With an S corp, you're paying around 7G-ish. So you're saving around 8,000 alone just on choosing that in taxes. Okay. Same thing with an LLC is going to be that same. If you file an LLC as an LLC structure, you're paying around, again, 15.3 on self-employment tax. Now you can actually choose to have an LLC and file it as a tax structure as an S corp, so you still benefit from that same S corp taxes. Well, then at that point, if you're paying the same amount in taxes as an LLC than an S corp, well then which one do you go with? Okay, the main reason why we recommend the S corp over the LLC is, yes, you can still benefit from the same tax structure. Okay, with the sole proprietorship, all of your assets are tied to you, and so is your license. So if something happens, if someone sues, God forbid someone sues you, and since the sole proprietorship is linked to you, all of your assets can be taken away from you, okay? So with an LLC and an S Corp, you still get that protection, okay? The state legally isn't able to cross that except for in the cases of negligence, okay? So if you still have protection and you still benefit from the same taxes on self-employment tax, well, how do you decide, well, do I want to go with an LLC or do I want to go with an S Corp, okay? Is a super simple reason, okay? With an LLC, you are required by the state of California to have one $25,000 surety bond, one $100,000 contractor bond, and at least $1 million worth of general liability insurance, okay? Now, this can be very, very costly. It will depend on your credit. And again, it does depend on your credit, but this can range anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 or more, just holding these bonds, depending on your credit. Okay, so you have to have all of those bonds, which again could be 5, and it could be all the way up to 10, 15, 20,000 per year. Just have this LLC open because the state of California requires these bonding or this amount of bonding with an LLC. With an S corporation, you only have to have one $25,000 surety bond, which typically, again, this depends on your credit, is anywhere from like $150, $200 per year. Again, that is subject to change. It depends on what agency you decide to get your insurance through, and it also does depend on your credit, but that is a basic amount that you would be paying. And that is all you need to pay with an S Corp, okay, as far as the bonding is concerned. So you end up paying a lot more on bonding with the LLC over the S Corp. And again, you still benefit from the same tax structure, and you still have the same corporate veil of protection. So the main reason why we recommend the S Corp over the LLC is simply because you pay a whole heck of a lot more money with those bonds, and you're still protected the exact same, and you're still benefiting from the same tax structure. So that is why we typically recommend going with an S corporation. So I hope that this was informational and hopefully shed some light on some things. I do want you guys to keep in mind, anyone watching, that California construction is very unique. If we were in any other trade or probably in any other state, we would most likely recommend going with an LLC. However, California has those specific bonding requirements, okay? If you're in any other line of work, if you're trying to have a business on Etsy, if you're opening up a sandwich shop, whatever it is, a coffee cart, okay? Most people are going to say, hey, I went with an LLC and I'd recommend that. Okay, cool. That is awesome. However, you're not in California construction, and the requirements are a lot different because of those bondings, okay? So California construction is unique in that sense, and that's typically why for California construction, an S Corp is typically the best way to go. So if you have any other questions, or if you want us to help you set up your business entity, we are more than able to, and we would love to help you get that set up. But keep in mind, you do have to have at least one of those business structures opened. So if you have any questions, you can call us, you can email us at the phone and email that will be on the screen after this. You can go ahead and leave a comment below, and we'll be sure to get back to you. But if you found this helpful and you look forward to other informational videos, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell notification, like the video, and hopefully we can help you out even more in the future. Be sure to contact us, and we'd love to help you and get you started. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, God bless you, take care, and have a great rest of your day.